I believe today is June 26th, if I'm not mistaken.
It is.
2018. We are about to start our regularly scheduled council meeting, and we are happy to celebrate also the National Caribbean Month in the city of North Miami. With that being said, we'll proceed with roll call from Mr. Clerk.
Mayor Joseph,
Here.
Councilman Galvin,
Here.
Councilman Bieneme, Vice Mayor Keys, Councilman Desime. Mayor, we have a quorum to proceed.
Uh, Oh, I left my glasses. My glasses.
Mine are 1.5. 1.5 work.
Cool. How's it going? Okay, let's proceed with Pledge of Allegiance conducted by Officer Emmanuel Ocean from North Miami PD, the one and only. Oh, Messidor's doing it? All right. I know you didn't look like Ocean. That's an Ocean. That's Emmanuel.
Good evening. Would everyone put their right hand over their heart and face the flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
And we'll proceed with an invocation by Pastor Richard Sejour from Gateway Foursquare Church.
Good evening, everyone. Special greetings to the mayor and the members of the council and dignitaries. There are any here. Let us pray. Close your eyes with me, please. Father God, we thank you for the freedom that has been afforded us to be able to invite you into this council meeting tonight. Lord, we read in your word that there are two kinds of wisdom that we can operate by. One that is divine and one that is earthly. Lord, while it may be tempting to operate by the wisdom of the earth, but we know ultimately it is better to operate by the wisdom of God. So Lord, let everything that is done in this chamber tonight, every decision that is going to be made, every plan that is going to be undertaken, let it be done by the wisdom of the Lord. In your great name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you very much, Pastor. Okay, at this time, Mr. Manager will go for any additions, deletions, amendment.
We have no changes, sir.
No changes, so we will consider agenda set. Mr. Attorney, so we may proceed.
Yes, Mayor, the agenda is set. You may proceed.
We have a few special presentations. I think 2 or 3 of them, and then after that we'll come back to the dais. Do you block traffic like this in the streets?
I do.
Expensive purse.
I like that, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Good evening again. This first presentation is a proclamation because we are honoring today our, not public works, code enforcement. Code enforcement department is being honored because this is a National Code Enforcement Day, and we are asking our director to please come forth. Code enforcement, who's coming to? Hmm? Cool, that's, I don't have my glasses. I left my glasses up there again. Did I? Unless you want to read it. It's fine with me. Let me go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Well, we're honoring our code enforcement officers. Very quickly, just put on the record tonight. These men and women go out every day, and unfortunately, they have to deal with stuff that's not so pleasant, and citing individuals for the good of the city. So it was a pleasure a few weeks ago that we had an entire week of appreciation events, coffee with code officers. I want to thank Crystal Corder, our code manager, for making sure that we had a good weekend. We showed a lot of appreciation to the staff that works really hard on behalf of this city. So the proclamation reads, whereas the mayor loves code enforcement, and no, we'll read the just a couple of whereases. Whereas code enforcement officers are dedicated, well-trained, and highly responsible individuals who take their job seriously and are proud of their department and the local government within which they serve. And whereas the Florida Association of Code Enforcement has declared the first week of June to be set aside by local government to honor and recognize their code enforcement officers. And now, therefore, in consideration of the foregoing, I, Smith Joseph, Mayor of the City of North Miami, on behalf of the City Council and residents, do hereby proclaim June 4th through 8, 2018 to be Code Enforcement Officers Appreciation Week in the City of North Miami, and urge all residents to recognize the code enforcement officers for their achievements and contributions to the community. So with that, I'd like to ask everyone to come up.
What are you doing here? No fella. So fella back in there. Thank you very much. This, you know your employees are doing a good job when people get upset. And today I went to the dry cleaners to pick up my clothes. They say, some people from North Miami came and they left a citation because, and he was mad. He was mad because the grass is like out of whack, maybe a foot and a half, tall and everything. I said, do you think the citation was proper? Oh no, I'm not saying it wasn't proper, but it's just that I have to. They say if I don't do it within a certain time, they have to do it, and then I'm going to pay double. I said, well, just do it. You don't have to pay double. So code enforcement is actually doing the job. Sometimes they get on my nerve too, but you're not the only ones, residents. So, but you are doing a good job. That's why you are being recognized today. But also we are celebrating National Caribbean Month, the month of June. So the city of North Miami, we always in avant-garde in recognizing the people who have made a difference, in every dimension. So the next person I'm going to present to honor for the National Caribbean Month is a gentleman in our community who works very tirelessly, and he's very visible. Everybody knows him. That's why I'm not doing a formal presentation. As a matter of fact, I had the pleasure to be one of the founding members of the committee that he created because of his work, because of his research. He determined that the American government, especially the local government in Savannah, Georgia, should recognize the Haitians for their contribution back in 1779, when, during the great, American Revolution War. After their independence, they would continue to fight against the British, army. So under the instructions of a French general, the Haitians helped the Americans fight against the Great Britons. So for that, I would ask, also in addition to that, he see to it that he created the Haitian American Historical Society, right? Which has a mandate to actually go around and let people know about the contributions of Haitians and Caribbeans in the economic development, in the economic power and political power in the U.S. For that, I call Mr. Bien Fils-Aimé to please come forth. I've already said what we're recognizing you for, so I don't need to read this. If you want, you can read it. Huh? You can tell I don't like reading, right? Oh. Say North Miami, Mayor Smith Joseph honors Mr. Daniel Fils-Aimé in recognition of your trailblazing and groundbreaking accomplishments to commemorate Haitians who fought in the American Revolution War in Savannah, Georgia, and highlight your continuous efforts to educate our community of Haitian contributions in history. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it. You want to say something?
Good afternoon. The mayor already said everything. And this is a job that is not only me did it, we Haitians did it. We have a lot of people that participated and made it a reality. We Haitian, we fought for American independence in Savannah, Georgia in 1779. Was not for the Haitians that were there to save Savannah. All of you will speak French right now. You get me? Because Napoleon was helping the American to fight the British because they want the goal was to come and invade America to become a French country. So we Haitians saved the day for America. We have to be proud of ourselves. Our kids, our generation should be very proud to say, yes, we were there in Savannah. When they call us French people, say, go to Savannah, you see what is in Savannah. We built a monument, 6 figures in monument in Savannah, and this monument generates over $10 million a year to the city of Savannah. So we are in 90% of 13 million visitors visit this monument. So go to Savannah, and I'm glad that the whole thing happened right here in this city, right here in this house, right here in because the first time we met, we brought all the people, the people in Savannah to come here, the mayor to come, and we started from there, and now we have a big monument in Savannah. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Yeah, Mr. Fils-Aimé made a very, very important point. The late 1700s, and also especially beginning of 1800s, when we actually fought in Crête-à-Pierrot and then Bataille de Vertières, we defeated the largest army of that time. And the plan of Napoleon was to not just take Haiti, go through the Caribbean, and then move on to all the Americas. So had we not done what we did, then it would have continued this path, to conquer most of the land. But that's not what we're here today. Next, we have Mr. Bien-Aimé, who is going to come and do his honoring.
Good evening, everyone. And as the mayor said, tonight it's National Caribbean Month, and we are honored to be with you tonight, and we feel honored that you are with us tonight. And the first presentation is someone that everybody knows. Gypsy Morissette Metellus. She's the co-founder and executive director of the Haitian Neighborhood Center, SANTLA. SANTLA been in the community at large, not only the Haitian community, but all community who come to have service done inside that center, that organization. And it happened that last year, they moved to the beautiful city of North Miami. Again, welcome to the city of North Miami. We really appreciate what you have done and what you continue to do for the community at large. Her many awards from local, state, and national organizations include recognition of her exemplary leadership, community service, and advocacy on important community issues. Her motto is provide leadership to get things done. Again, thank you, and let's recognize Madam Gypsy Metellus. City of North Miami presented to Gypsy Metellus in recognition of your tireless work and dedicated services to the community in honor of the 2018 Caribbean American Heritage Month, presented this 26th day of June 2018.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. Bonsoir. Bonsoir tout le monde. So first, a thank you to Councilman Bien-Aimé, as well as the entire council, who thought it not robbery that such an honor should be bestowed on me. I appreciate, and I'm so very grateful. I am a proud Caribbean American. I am a proud daughter of Haiti, and I am a proud resident of the great city of North Miami, the city of opportunity. And so city on the move, city on the move, city on the move, and on the move, and I'm here to join this council and this city administration to ensure that opportunity and this movement encompasses all of the residents in North Miami. So I'm here to join with you to make this the greatest city in Miami-Dade County. So thank you very much for the award. Congratulations to my fellow honorees, and I'll forever be grateful to this.
The second one is from Cuba, Carl Roque. Carl Ismael Roque is the managing partner, owner of DBC Cafe Downtown, Book Corner, inside the North Miami Public Library, a recipient of Small Business Administration Emerging Leader. Mr. Roque has published several books, co-author with his mom, Raquel Roque. His passion is to provide an ongoing conversation and dialogue on what it means to be an active and responsible Caribbean American citizen in our community. Again, congratulations to Carl Roque.
Good evening, everyone. I'll make it short and sweet. I just really want to thank the community of North Miami for being so awesome. Everything has been amazing. The North Miami Public Library has been so amazing as well. Everyone's been so cooperative, and I want to thank my staff and especially my family for been backing me up and being with me every step of the way. I hope to do even more with the cafe and just do even more programming and keep the library as popular and as ongoing as it is. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Carl. Thank you. Another trailblazer in our community, unfortunately, she's not here tonight, but she sent another trailblazer in the community, Mary P. Woodson, to be recognized on her behalf. Her name is Marlène Bastien. She's the founder and executive director for Femmes Haïtiennes de Miami, Inc., Haitian Women of Miami. Marlène Bastien has dedicated herself to the betterment and benefit of others, to education, economic survival, and social justice for the common good, not only the Haitian community, but the community at large. She received countless awards and recognition for her passionate work in our community and is highly regarded. Congratulations to Marlène Bastien and Ms. Goodson.
Good evening. Bonsoir. Buenas tardes. Good evening, Mr. Mayor and council members. I have the distinct honor to be here on behalf of a woman who is well known in the community, and I'm sure if she was here tonight, the house would be on fire. As you know, Ms. Bastien's work is known throughout the world, not just in our community, but throughout the world. So it's only fitting that I receive this award on a year that is the year of the women. You know this is a year for women, where women are coming out of the woodwork to ask for a place at the table. And Marlène is, you know Marlène, she's out on immigration matters. She's away. She went to fight for immigration and for human causes. So Councilwoman Bien-Aimé, on behalf of Marlène, I'm standing here to say thank you so much for recognizing the work that she has done. And tell you the truth, she's a woman who I have a lot of respect for. And she will continue to fight to make the world a better place. Not just for North Miami, but for our entire country and also overseas. So thank you so much. And I'm sure she's, wherever she is, she appreciates this award and she will thank you in person when she gets back. Thank you so much.
The next one is for me, but I'm gonna let Carol Keys do it. And we all five, we're gonna do it for that person.
I'll come up. Welcome everybody this evening, and congratulations to all the honorees. My honoree this evening and all of us is for someone we obviously all know in the community. Her name is Beverly Hilton. Beverly has been involved for many, many years. She's the founder of the Challenger School, which serves a growing number of students in North Miami since 2003. And she was born in the small town of St. Mary's in Jamaica. Beverly has devoted her full time to community services in our city since 2003. And although she's encountered many challenges over the years, she knows in her heart that it's a privilege to serve. This is her quote, a privilege to serve her community. You will not miss Beverly at any city function. She's been at every city function. She attends every council meeting. She just does not attend. She fights for the community, both the Caribbean, the Jamaican, and the entire city. We are very honored today on behalf of the mayor and council to have her as an important resident, business owner, and activist for the Caribbean community and entire city of North Miami.
And a resident of District 4.
And a resident of District 4. And Beverly Hilton, in recognition of your tireless work and dedicated services to the community, in honor of the 2018 Caribbean American Heritage Month, presented this 26th day of June.
Thank you so much, Councilwoman Keys, Mayor and Council. I really don't deserve this. Thank you to the resident who really supported me and helped me and allow me to move into this North Miami in District 4. I love my city. I love the people and I love to serve, and I feel we should always leave the city the way we better than we found it. And that's my goal. And thank you very much.
I got it. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Madam Rep, good evening. Indeed, it's an honor and a privilege for me to stand here to nominate another one of my distinct resident of District 4. And I would like to call Mr. Chris Menson. Please come forward. Yeah. Mr. Menson was born in Miami, of course, with our heritage. And someone asked, you know, is Chris really Caribbean? I said, let me say something to you. When you do your 23 plus me, which I did, it won't say Caribbean because we all from different Nigeria, Benin, and all these different cities. So yes, indeed, West Africa. And indeed, it's a pleasure for me to stand here to recognize and talk about one of my wonderful resident of District 4 who was born in Miami, educated right here in Miami-Dade County Public Schools and Miami Central. We won't, Scott, Carol, Michael, that's okay. We all North Miami, but we'll leave that alone, Central. And he studied it from Miami-Dade and worked for FPNL from 1983 until 2003. He is a member of a wonderful organization, which I know Marlene is, the ACLU organization, would help restore rights of felons and to actually work to better human lives. Chris is someone, anytime there's something in this city, particularly in my district, aftermath of the hurricane, he will call Councilman, what can I do? We know we got folks on the street. What can we do to help folks? He really assembled what you really call about public servant, and that's who he is, and I commend him. I want to say it's indeed an honor for me to present this to Mr. Chris Menson in recognition of your tireless work and dedicated service to the community in honor of the 2018 Caribbean American Heritage Month presented to you this 28th day, 2018. Thank you.
Again, thank you, residents of North Miami. I made North Miami my home about 20 years ago, and I couldn't find a better place. I love the city of North Miami, and the people are great. This is, it's not such a big city like others, and we do have Burger King and McDonald's and Taco Bell. So we're doing good, and we coming up. So again, thank each and every one of us, because like he said, I mean, I volunteer a lot of my time with Paul's People United to Lead the Struggle for Equality, ACLU, and we go out and we spend a lot of time helping people, you know, regardless of whatever their situations are. So this is being a servant to the people, the residents, is what I do and what we do. And thank you again so much for putting this on for us and showing the love, and I'll continue to pray for you, and you pray for my family, and pray for the city of North Miami, that it continue to grow and prosper for us. Thank you.
Okay, we're done with our presentation. No? Oh, picture? Yeah. Okay, before we start our regular meeting, I saw Representative Watson is leaving. You know, we can't just let you go without, acknowledging your presence in our midst. Did you want to say hi to the?
Oh, she has to. Wait. The city credit. Okay. Interesting.
Good evening, everyone. I'm State Representative Barbara Watson, and I'm proud with the opportunity to come here this evening and express my rejoice in what's happening in this great city of North Miami. This city is on the move. And I'm really very proud to have that a part of my resume. But I want to also say thank you to the residents of this city, is that I have been unopposed, so I'm not here campaigning.
That's good.
So I'd like to say again, thank you very much for being the great citizens of this city and the great citizens of the District of 107. Thank you, and it's a wonderful thing. And Mr. Mayor, I'd just like to add one little thing to our presentation tonight, and that is in Tallahassee, since 2015, I have sponsored the bill to create the Haitian American Month for Heritage, Haitian American Heritage Month. Amen. And I've been doing that ever since 2015, and I will be doing it until the day I leave from Tallahassee.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. City events. Is it Miss Baker or Miss Baker?
Oui.
Qui blanc?
Blanc.
Oh,
Oh, on va la prison.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, staff, and North Miami neighbors. I'm Unicia Baker. I'm the Senior Public Information Officer, and it is my pleasure to share some of our city's upcoming events, programs, and outreach initiatives with you. Looking for enriching summer activities for your children? Well, the city of North Miami has lots of options. The summer camp is underway. North Miami's Parks and Recreation summer camps include an array of indoor and outdoor activities. The Museum of Contemporary Art MoCA offers 2 summer camp programs consisting of 5 2-week sessions. Each session offers different themes, introducing students to a variety of contemporary art and design techniques. For more information, please call the North Miami Parks and Recreation office. That's 305-895-9840 or MoCA at 305-893-6211. Also, your children are invited to participate in the North Miami Public Library's 2018 summer reading program themed Libraries Rock. The program is designed to prevent summer learning loss by creating opportunities for youth to learn to read at their leisure and participate in hands-on educational activities. Prizes are available for top participants.
Good.
Thank
you very much.
For top participants. And sign up today by visiting the library. For a full lineup of activities, you can visit www.northmiamifl.gov. Practice your English skills in a friendly, relaxed atmosphere through guided casual conversation over a cup of coffee or hot tea at the Next English Cafe. Sessions take place at the North Miami Public Library. Classes are led by qualified volunteer instructors and take place every Thursday from 11 a.m. until 12:30 p.m. Friday, June 29th from 6 to 8 p.m. in the MoCA Plaza, the North Miami Community Redevelopment Agency invites you to experience the new downtown Know Me, because to know me is to love me. That's the agency's new branding and marketing campaign. Attendees will be among the first to see the North Miami CRA's new and improved website, street pole banners, walking guides, and promotional video. In honor of Caribbean Heritage Month, guests will enjoy the rhythmic sounds of Pan Paradise and taste food samples from downtown North Miami businesses. The North Miami CRA Board of Commissioners will also break ground on the upcoming MoCA Plaza renovation project. RSVP online at http://knowmecra.eventbrite.com. For more information, visit the North Miami Community Redevelopment Agency at www.northmiamicra.org. The North Miami CRA's event will be followed by the next Jazz at MoCA concert. That's also on Friday, June 29th at 8 p.m. in the MoCA Plaza. This month's featured artist is Julio Montalvo. Jazz at MoCA takes place on the last Friday of each month in the MoCA Plaza. Details are available at mocanomi.org. On Tuesday, July 3rd, North Miami residents are invited to observe a workshop discussion between the mayor, council, and city staff about the development and priorities of the city's fiscal year 2018-2019 preliminary budget. The workshop will take place here in the council chamber. Be sure to hashtag Get to Know Me at 6 p.m. on July 4th for the 2018 Independence Day celebration by the Bay. Enjoy fireworks at sundown at Kids Corner, live musical entertainment, and great food. Admission and parking are free. Don't forget to bring your blankets and lawn chairs. This event will take place, rain or shine. For more information, call the North Miami Parks and Recreation Office. Again, that's 305-895-9840. Also, join Chief Jariga and your friends at the North Miami Police Department on Saturday, July 21st at 8:30 a.m. at the Bayshore Park Pier for a fun day of fishing. Youth up to age 17 will learn water safety tips, saltwater fishing methods, responsible marine practices, and receive their own fishing pole to take home. Light refreshments will be provided. For more information, contact the North Miami Police Department. That number is 305-891-0294, extension 23208. Stay up to date with the latest happenings in our city by first visiting www.northmiamifl.gov, then clicking the Connect with NOMI icon on the homepage where you can sign up to receive our free monthly NOMI newsletter. You can also tune into our free governmental programming, NOMI TV. It's available 24 hours a day through the city's website. Residents may also like the City of North Miami on Facebook, follow @NOMI News on Twitter, and download the My NOMI app. This concludes today's announcements.
Thank you very much, Ms. Baker. The next item on the agenda is we're going to call, who's going to do it, Mr. Manager? We have a hurricane preparedness.
Commander Brinson.
I was looking for you. I couldn't see you.
I was mingling with the crowd. Good evening, Mr. Mayor, council members, all of our residents and guests. Angelo Brinson, Emergency Manager. As you all know, hurricane season runs from June 1st through June 30th. We have been in for a total of 26 days, and we've already encountered our first named storm. In preparation for hurricane season this year, at the City of North Miami, we conducted an expanded hurricane training seminar that included members from all the departments around the city, as well as partners from surrounding cities, so we can all train together and best be prepared. Internally, all departments have reviewed and revised their plans and responsibilities. As we all know, here in South Florida, we've had a significant period before Irma where all we can do is plan for hurricanes, but not everyone did not have that practical knowledge. Now, after Hurricane Irma has gone and passed, we are now more prepared than ever, as we have our training and preparedness combined with practical experience. In addition to our preparations, we have visited the Department of Emergency Management, all of the nursing homes in our city, to review their emergency plans as well as check out their preparedness. And we are now in the process of attending all of our various HOAs to spread tips and preparedness and just build those relationships ahead of time. Improvements. We've made several improvements, substantial improvements to our Emergency Operations Center, otherwise known as the EOC. We've made structural enhancements such as additional power outlets and phone lines to improve our capabilities. We've added additional monitors and communications equipment that will improve our overall effectiveness while we're responding to not only hurricanes, but any type of disaster. In addition, since North Miami is a divisional EOC, whenever we mobilize in the future, we will have a representative from FP&L who will reside with us in our EOC. That way we will have a direct link to FP&L's recovery operations, and that'll help us as we return our city to normalcy after the storm. In addition, we have decentralized our meal service for our employees to improve efficiency and reduce the downtime when we have all the city employees coming to the same place at one time. We've improved our communications and outreach, not only with our employees, but also with the public. And we are finalizing new contracts for our debris removal to improve that service. Be prepared. The City of North Miami has several mediums of communication available to us, and our goal is to utilize all of them to their full potential. Those various tools that we have available to us are email, radio broadcasts, social media, public access television, community outreach, as well as flyers. And like I mentioned, also face-to-face communication. We're trying to get out in the community more, at the local stores, at the HOAs, community organizations, and just spread the word and build those relationships as much as possible. After Hurricane Irma, North Miami was the first municipality in South Florida to activate our FEMA Disaster Assistance Center. How do we know this? Well, we were told so by FEMA. They sent about 15 employees over to us. Yeah. Hooray. They sent about 15 employees over, and they said that no one else was up and running, so they all flew into town, so they all decided to come over to North Miami. After that, we had several cities who were coming in and looking at our operation and asking us to send some of the FEMA people their way, which we graciously did. I would love to take all of the credit for that, but it was all the many departments around the city working together with emergency management to serve our residents. As I bring this presentation to a close, the most important idea that I want to leave on the minds of all of our residents, our visitors, our employees, and our friends is that you must have a plan. You must know what your family is going to do in an emergency, not just a hurricane, but any emergency. You must purchase your emergency supplies ahead of time and not when we have a hurricane warning or watch. If you work for the city, you must plan for who will take care of your family while you work. For everyone, if it was their first time, you realize in a hurricane, we're going to be here before the storm, during the storm, and after the storm. So it's very important to find out and make a plan for who's going to care for your children, who's going to care for your elderly parents, who's going to care for your pets, because as employees of the city, we're going to serve no matter what. Update your emergency contact information, not just at work, but with your family, your insurance information. Make sure all that emergency contact information is up to date. And let's not ever forget to check on friends and family before the storm and after the storm. Everything that we do as members of the city of North Miami, family, we should always have the intention of making a positive impact. And in conclusion, communication is key. For more information about hurricane preparedness and much more information, please visit us at northmiamifl.gov/hurricane. Also follow the City of North Miami on Facebook and Twitter. And coming soon, we'll be rolling out Everbridge emergency notifications. Thank you for your time, Mayor and Council. I can take any questions you might have.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, I have a question, a couple of questions. I know, Officer Brinson, you had mentioned the community outreach component, which is important to me. I don't know if you could go back to that slide. One of the, I guess, the aftermath, one of the critique or one of the most common thing I was hearing throughout the community as we were walking door to door trying to help those folks out was the way we distributed information. And I do understand that the first top 3, or top 4 actually, all dealing with some form of media or TV or radio. But I think we from lesson learned and what we got to keep in mind, and this lady told me this and she summarized this the best way, how are you putting out things on social media and there's no electricity? So whatever information that we were doing, and I know we were doing things because I was there every day with you guys. So the community piece, the community outreach, I would like if the manager could work out a plan, and I'll be more than happy to look at it, because we have to find a way district by district to get the information out to residents who doesn't speak English. You got Spanish speaking, you got Creole speaking. What are we gonna do within the aftermath? How are we gonna address that part of the community outreach piece? Not because we can't just go to the store and give out paper. We have to do something, and we did something that worked out pretty well with code enforcement, eventually going door to door and letting folks know and have them tell their neighbors, because if you don't have no electricity, no matter what we're doing here, they won't know, because it's really useless. So please.
We actually, to your point, we took those comments from last year, and what you just said is what has been added to the plan. So we will do physical outreach in the different neighborhoods. That's why you saw flyers on there as well. So we'll get materials, get it printed out, because we have our generators. We're able to produce at least paper, and we will be on the ground as well. So.
Thank you.
Question.
No, go ahead.
I've been here my whole life through a lot of hurricanes. This was the first time I ever remember not having well, we didn't have cell phones a long time ago, but it's the first time that I've ever experienced not having cell service. Nobody was up, so we could not communicate with each other. So we did speak about buying airtime on other radios, and number two, the staff, the police, council, management, we had these shortwave radios, which didn't work.
Well, they did.
So,
he didn't teach you how to use them.
well,
Actually, we've actually addressed that issue as well. Two things we've gotten. Miami-Dade County has graciously lent the city 2 satellite phones. So we're actually getting our airtime minutes now for those 2 phones. So we'll have some level of communication. Beyond that, we've ordered, we're in the process of ordering a number of updated Motorola 2-way radios. The issue that we have is which radio tower system that and frequencies that we'll use. We've been in conversation with the county about using their backbone. We've analyzed the backbone that we already have, but you will have radios, we'll have the satellite phones. And actually, it's interesting, I got to introduce Brian Norcross at the book fair this year. And in his presentation, one of the things he remarked on is the phone system, the cell phones that we rely on so much will not be working if based on Irma. So people need to get hard lines in their homes, in our businesses here, so that there is some level of communication that will still work. And that's the old low voltage phone that people don't, they probably forgot. I don't even have one of those phones in my own home right now. And he said, we gotta get those phones. The old technology is the best technology. So
and the airwaves, the radio broadcast?
we did talk about a radio station. I'll have to get you an update on where we are with that. Okay.
Real quick, Mr. Manager, is it possible, Mr. Brenton, you could reach out to our community partners? For example, you have Suntlad, the Jewish center across the street, other community, the North Miami Senior Foundation, and ask them if they at least would be consider up to them, optional to be part of our EOC center, because that's something they have a database that's reached out to the community. That I think that would be helpful. Thank you.
Thank you. At this time, we will entertain a motion for the consent agenda.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to remove item G as in girl for just a quick question, please.
I've also one I wanted to remove. I thought he was gonna F. I just wanted to ask a question as well.
G?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Second the motion with removal of F and G for
That's
discussion.
All right, do I have a motion to approve consent agenda tabs A, B, C, D, E? Was that a motion, Councilman?
What was the
Yeah,
motion?
to approve the consent agenda without the other two, without the F and G.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm. It's been seconded.
Okay, so I have a motion made by Councilman Desmay to approve the consent agenda with the exception of.
No, Councilman
No, by
Galvin.
Councilman
Galvin.
Councilman Galvin to approve the consent agenda with the exception of tab F and tab G. That motion was seconded by Councilman Bieneme.
No, Councilwoman Keys.
That motion was seconded by Councilwoman Keys. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Item passes with a 5-0 vote. Tab F. Proposed resolution of the mayor and city council of the city of North Miami, Florida, authorizing the city manager and the city attorney to execute a renewal agreement between the city of North Miami and Recycle Rewards, Inc. to continue to provide the city with recycle reward services at costs not to exceed $50,000, providing for an effective date and for all other purposes.
Okay. I actually asked for a little, for them to remove this particular item. I think, Mr. Manager, during our conversation doing briefing. I wanted to find out how's the program is going, how effective is it, some background on this. I know it's a good program. I just needed to know what's going on with it before we move forward to this upcoming year.
Okay, good evening, through the mayor, Alberto Estrada, purchasing director. Councilman, as you mentioned, this is a renewal of the program. This is an incentive program for our community, incentive to recycle program. In terms of the actual numbers, as you can see there in the council report, and this is a number from the last year that we have, that the city has recycled over 325,000 pounds of recycling material. So as you can see, I think the incentive is working, and therefore that's why staff is making this recommendation to renew and to continue this program.
Okay, no, several folks was asking me around my area about the program. So can somebody just give us you have a lot of new folks who came into the area since the inception of the program. At least kind of give a little summary what it is. It is a wonderful program and what they need to do and how it works, et cetera, et cetera.
The Public Works Director is here with me.
Yes.
Mr. Whistler Pierre-Louis.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Whistler Pierre-Louis, Public Works Director. The Recycle Bank program is a reward program in essence. The items that are recycled or collected by WastePro is weighed, and the points are given equally through all of the people that participate in the program. For participating and depending on the number of points that you can get things such as magazine subscriptions, discounts at restaurants, things of that nature. It requires you to log on online and visit your account and engage with them and take credits for whatever points that you've earned. And actually with me, I have a report that they submitted, which was from September 2017, which may give you some of the numbers that you're interested in. These numbers state that the subscribed members that were reporting were about 35.9% of the people that participate in this program. The number of points totaled 946,025 points. There were approximately 6,000 logins in September of or over the last 12 months up to that September of 2017. Their digital activity, the counts were 5,413. They rewarded approximately 234 residents as well through that year. So those are numbers that I have, and I'll answer any other questions that you may have.
No, I think it's a good concept, but I think we need to, Mr. Manager, just kind of maybe your department working with social service to kind of educate folks about it, because I've been here for over 20 years. I heard about it, but I didn't really know. And a lot of people, I see Jim shaking, they probably don't have access to the computer. You know, so you have that going on. So, but we could help them. So I think we just need to do more education, community outreach. Let them know this is a program. If we're spending money, and then it's only 237 people in the whole 70,000 plus folks. I don't even think that's 0.5% of something, but we could do better. It's a wonderful program. We need to, I think, educate the folks and let them know what's going on, because I don't know, nobody in this room right here would know about it. I don't even think nobody up here, Cal, probably. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I would agree with Councilman.
Thank you.
Which means, do we have to, open to the public and vote, or what? Because it's out of consent. Okay, so we'll open the item to the public now. Item F, right?
Yes.
Jessica Austin, 1140 Northwest 125 Street, Sunkist Grove. I have recycled and separated my trash. Since the inception of this program, I have never earned or received anything. It's a secret, whoever these people are, the 234 people who've been receiving all these benefits. And indeed, it needs to be accessible to all residents.
Hello, Marisol Medina, 1270 Northeast 124th. I used the program. It was great. It's on every trash can. In case you want to register, it says the website and how to utilize it. And once you register, you can also do little games to get extra points. So if they were curious, they just have to look at the trash can when they're taking it out every Wednesday or whatever your cycle day is. It's also on the city's website if they're interested. And you know, I think when I first moved here, there was a flyer that I had seen. So maybe we can bring that back in the city downtown.
Okay, public hearing is now closed. We need a motion.
Move to approve.
I have a motion made by Councilman Galvin to approve tab F. The motion was seconded by Councilman Desiree. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Item passes with a 5-0 vote. Tab G, proposed resolution of the mayor and city council of the city of North Miami, Florida, authorizing the city manager to issue a change order to H&R Paving, Inc. in the amount of $52,533.68 to complete street resurfacing work, providing for an effective date and for all other purposes.
Mr. Mayor, my question really isn't on the item itself per se. It's more on the dollar amount and what we have as our threshold for being on the consent agenda. If memory serves me, items $50,000 and or more are not supposed to be on the consent. Instead, they're supposed to be on the standalone. Since this was at $53,000, is that accurate? Is my memory accurate, or is it still at $100,000 and below? We can sign off. That's my question.
The threshold that we've utilized since I've been here is 100,000. I know we had a discussion about what we should we pass something, and I don't think we ever came to resolution on that matter.
Okay, so as our rules and standards stand now, if it's 999,000 and
No,
below.
99,000.
Sorry, 99,000 and below, thank you. It can be on consent.
That's
Okay.
the rule that I'm following.
That's what we have in paper.
Okay, that's what I couldn't remember is whether or not we'd codified moving it to a lower threshold.
We had a discussion, but we never codified it.
I remember, because I remember I was trying to do 15.
I'm sorry, so that we don't violate anything. Can we quickly open it to the public and then come back quickly? The item is open for the public to please come if you want to be heard quickly.
Jim Gibb, 11610 North Bay Shore Drive. I thought we had an agreement that 25,000 and over on original items that have to go before the council. And I think we need to have one standard for everything, not one for, for original purchases and then one for consent. We need to have one standard across the board. That's my recommendation.
Thank you, Councilman. I'm sorry, Jim. No, I'm sorry. Thank you.
Is it 25? Is it 50?
No, he's referring to the manager's threshold. I can sign off on anything 25 or below without coming to council at all.
But
That has nothing to do with the consent agenda.
It's two things that we are discussing. We're not talking about your right to bring anything.
Right.
We're just talking about to be on the consent agenda.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't have any further questions. That was the only question I had.
Can I ask you, what project is this? Which one exactly?
This, Mr. Mayor, this is a change order to the asphalt resurfacing term contract that we have. We have two term contracts for the asphalt resurfacing. So this is simply a change order from some additional work that staff has requested, and it's described right there in the council report for you.
Yeah, but it would be good to specify what are the additional work.
Okay. All right, it's
Last week,
If I can just, reading from the council report, this is a result of unforeseen conditions that were encountered during the course of their work, and additional work also to restore, resurface, and add driveway approaches along a section between Northeast 10th Avenue and West Dixie Highway. So the additional work includes, but it's not limited to, clearing, excavation, disposal, and resurfacing of the area.
What street is it on?
130.
it's District 3. You got to tell them last week we vote on it, except we didn't add District 3 on it, and this week you bring it the additional street. That's what it is.
No, it's a Northeast 10th and between Northeast 10th
Last week
and
they
West
vote all the district.
133rd.
This is my district. This
Yeah.
is 2.
10,
133rd.
Dixie Highway to 10.
But on
Last week
130
they voted yours. You just didn't add that on last week. Can you specify?
Mayor and Council, the location is on 137th Street.
Oh, 137?
137, northeast from 10th Avenue to West Dixie.
Okay.
But what are the unforeseen conditions, and what is exactly is being added to amount to 52,000? I mean, I'm voting for it, but I need to know what I'm voting for.
When the contracts were awarded, the budgeted amount was $290,000.
290.
It was split between all districts. It was, and all of the locations were assigned based on estimates. However, when the contractor started their work, they realized that some of the roads where typically you have maybe 2 inches of asphalt, there were potholes, they were in worse conditions than known. They were unforeseen conditions. Therefore, more asphalt was required, and some of the areas were also extended. Thus, the overage on the amount of work that was done.
Mr. Mayor, if you allow me to say something. Mr. Manager, we have to do a better job because this is the second item. When it came to us, I remember the last one was Mocha. It was over, either we put out something and then when the people looked at it, the purchasing manager said, they were like, okay, this is under bid. So perhaps we need to find a system of where this does not continue happening, because it seems to me like we put out something and then the reality hit. Okay, somebody didn't know what they were doing, and then the people who really go out there and know what they're doing, they're like, wait, this amount of money is not enough. So I don't know if we could do it before, if there could be a RFP process where the folks could evaluate the actual work and then come back with something, because this is twice, like in a row. There was the Mocha, which I don't have any problem with it. I'm going to vote for it, but I'm just saying it cannot keep on happening where we put out something and then we didn't realize that it was bad. We know the streets is bad, so somebody.
Well, it's not just us. It's actually the company.
No, that's what I'm saying.
It's the company that brings the quote. So
Yes.
so the company, it is incumbent upon that company.
Mr.
Hold on a
Mayor,
second.
can you explain?
Hold on. It is incumbent upon the company before, if we put a bid out there for any project, if you come, you say you can do it for 150,000 or 200 whatsoever, I'm assuming that you went there and took your time and look at the streets and see what they really need. And say, okay, you can do it for this and you can do it for that, but you can't come back, after we've awarded the project and to tell us that, by the way, we need $50,000 more.
Mr. Mayor, it's not.
No, it's not.
They didn't explain you. We add a block.
Yeah, but
we add a block on the work.
Councilman, you are a policy maker. You are sitting here with me. I'm talking to staff.
If I may-
Because the way it's being done is just not proper. I mean, the company should act. The company should be here, defending what they're asking for. Okay.
Understood, sir.
No, but
Just explain to the mayor, we add a block
and we can't
to
do
the
that,
scope
but
of
that's
work.
the problem, though. We okay. They asked us for
The money-
something.
No. Instead of 100 square feet, we add another 50. That's the scope of work which.
Never mind. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. 'Cause
It's all in the name of transparency. The company
Yeah,
should be
it's
here with
It
you
doesn't sound
explaining what is the
It
reason for
cannot be
asking
any
for
way.
more money. And then it would be fine. They're the one asking for more money, not you.
Again, I've heard your directive, sir. We will work on our process to ensure these
Yeah.
types of things don't happen.
And Mr. Manager, and the process is if we adding work, we need to stop that, because if you ask us for then put out a new bid, the public has to trust us. This is not, because I'm sitting here voting on this thing was like, okay, why we adding work afterwards? Didn't we know the streets are bad? So,
Okay, let's not say we are looking bad. Just explain them. Originally, it was from Dixie Highway to 10th Street. Then we extended to 9th Street because it was so bad. The administration asked them. It's not like corruption, like we're doing something wrong. We add a block to the scope of work, and you have to pay for the additional block. That's what it is. Explain them. It's not like they're asking for an amount and they add the money on it.
Does it reflect that in the backup information?
Last week you voted for it for all the district, except you didn't add that on it. And now you come and add it. That's
What
what
we
we
didn't know.
explain. Better come on. When you were voting for last week,
it's
nobody
all right,
said
it's all
anything.
right. Because we
You
didn't.
gotta explain it.
It wasn't pulled out.
As the purchasing director pointed out, it is in the council report that additional work was added to their
Mhm.
scope.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did we open public hearing? Okay.
So I would say tonight, we're not only voting to increase by 52,000, we're actually approving increasing another block of work. is
That's
we're
what should be said
extending
in the
another block
report.
of work.
That's what it is.
Oh.
It's not because they didn't bid
Why didn't you
properly.
just say that,
Not
Mr.
that?
Estrada?
Okay.
Okay, we need a vote.
Mayor, do we
need
have
a
a
motion?
Mayor, do we have a motion to approve tab G?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, so I have a motion made by Councilwoman Keys to approve tab G. The motion was seconded by Councilman Galvin. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
No.
Item passes with a 4-1 vote. Tab H, proposed resolution of the mayor and city council of the city of North Miami, Florida, approving the selection of Lumino General Contractor LLC, Lamontic Investment and Construction LLC, Solutions Capital Group Inc., Construct Build Inc., and Law Construction Group Inc. as the 5 lowest responsive and responsible contractors for the provision of exterior home repair services for eligible single-family homes at a cost not to exceed $200,000 per contractor for a total project amount not to exceed $1 million, in accordance with the terms, conditions, and specifications contained in the invitation for bid Home Beautification Projects, IFB, number 31-17-18, further authorizing the city manager and city attorney to negotiate and execute agreements for the provision of stated services with the 5 top-ranked firms, providing for an effective date and for all other purposes.
Mr. Mayor, council members, the item that you have before you, item H, represents the results of solicitation 31-17-18, which was issued by staff requesting bids from responsible and qualified contractors for the city's home beautification program. As you probably know, the city's home beautification program is intended to assist eligible single-family homeowners with making the necessary repairs and rehabilitation to their homes. Included as part of the work under these contracts are the replacement of exterior doors, the replacement of impact sliding glass doors, replacement of windows, hurricane shutters, exterior painting, etc. In response to this solicitation, and as reflected in the council report in page 2 of the council report, there were 12 bids that were submitted. And of the 12 bids, after reviewing and evaluating the bids, The 5 firms that are being recommended as the lowest responsive and responsible bidders are those listed in your report, and they are Lumino General Contractor LLC, Lamotech Invest and Construction LLC, Solutions Capital Group Incorporated, Construct Build Incorporated, and Law Construction Group Incorporated. Under these contracts, each one of these firms will be assigned individual purchase orders of contracts for homes that are on the eligibility list, and they will perform the necessary work for those homes. Each one of these contracts will be a not-to-exceed amount of $200,000 for a total amount awarded, if the council so desires, of $1 million for these contracts. And if you have any questions, I'll be glad to take them.
After the public, Mr. Mayor, or no?
Yeah, the item is now open to the public for anyone who wishes to be heard on the item. Item J, I believe, right? No, is it J? No, item H, as in Harry. It's open to the public for anyone who wishes to be heard, but I see none, hear none. Public hearing is now closed. We're back to the dais.
I got a quick question, Mr. Mayor. Mr. Estrada, the 5 vendors, are they in a pool, or those are the vendors that will be selected, or it's just a vendor pool?
No, Councilman DeSulme, those are the 5 contractors. What will happen is the Department of CP&D, under the guidance of the housing manager, will make the assignments, will be making individual assignments to these 5 contractors. The not-to-exceed amount for each one of them is up to $200,000.
Oh, for each one is up to 200. It's not total. Okay,
That's
all right.
correct, sir.
Thank you. And are they here tonight? Some of them.
They should be here.
Oh.
They should be here. If you could raise your hand.
I thought I saw Luminel. I saw Luminel back there. Okay. All right. Thank you. I don't know.
All right, Mr. Clerk? Oh,
I have
well,
a-
actually, we need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion made by Councilman Galvin to approve tab H. The motion was seconded by Councilman Bien-Aimé. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Item passes with a 5-0 vote. Tab I, proposed resolution of the mayor and city council of the city of North Miami, Florida, approving the city administration's competitive selection of Florida Engineering and Development Corporation as the lowest responsive and responsible bidder to provide all labor, equipment, materials, services, and expertise required to complete the Northeast 143rd Street Water Main Improvements Project in accordance with the terms, conditions, and specifications contained in invitation for bid number 23-17-18, further authorizing the city manager and city attorney to finalize and execute an agreement with Florida Engineering and Development Corporation for the provision of services in an amount not to exceed $833,885, providing for an effective date and for all other purposes. That was tab I.
Mr. Mayor, council members, the item that you have before you this evening under tab I is, represents the results of solicitation 331718, which was issued by staff requesting bids from experienced and qualified firms to carry out the Northeast 143rd Street Water Main Improvement Project. The scope of work for this project includes the installation of new water mains and related improvements along Northeast 143rd Street from Northeast 16th Avenue to Northeast 18th Avenue, and also along Northeast 18th Avenue between 143rd Street to 149th Street. As you can see on the second page of the council report, in response to this solicitation, the city received 13 bids. The lowest responsive and responsible bidder is the firm Florida Engineering and Development Corporation for a total amount of $833,884. The actual item requests a not to exceed of $833,885, and the contract duration would be for approximately 7 months from issuance of a notice to proceed. If you have any questions, I'll be glad to take them.
Public hearing is not open on the item. Item I as in Irene. Public hearing is now open, but I see none, hear none. Public hearing is closed. Members of the council. We need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion made by Councilman Galvin to approve tab I. The motion was second by Councilman Bieneme. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Item passes with a 5-0 vote. Tab J happens to be a quasi-judicial item. So if anyone wants to be heard on this particular item, please rise so I can swear you in before you can give any testimony. Just to be clear, if you are not sworn in, you will not be allowed to speak on this item. So if you intend, and as you can tell, the mayor has a good memory, he's going to remember who stands and who doesn't. So if you want to speak on this item, please rise. Mayor, for the record, we have only 3 individuals who intend. Four individuals who intend to be heard on this item.
No,
I'm sure you'll remember them.
5.
Well, Kevin,
There's 5 now.
former mayor was standing. I don't know.
Kevin, are you?
Oh, okay, 5. All right. All righty.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God? All right, just to be clear, Mayor, 5 individuals have sworn in. Tab J, proposed ordinance, first reading of the mayor and city council of the city of North Miami, Florida, amending the future land use map to correct a Scrivener's error, specifically changing the future land use designation from mixed use low to mixed use high for the approximately 23 acres property known as Portofino Apartments located at 14000 Biscayne Boulevard, North Miami, Florida, with folio identification number 06-2126-020-0290, providing for an adoption, hearing, and subsequent transmittal of the proposed map amendment to the State Land Planning Agency for a determination of completeness, providing for repeal, conflicts, severability, and for an effective date.
Thank you. Good evening. Tanya Wilson-Chujor with Community Planning and Development Department. The request before you is an ordinance that's requesting an amendment to the city's comprehensive plan, future land use map. I'd like to correct the address in the record. The property address is actually 1820 Northeast 142nd Street. Property is also known as Portofino, with folio number 06221-023-0010. The current designation of the property on the future land use map is currently reflected as mixed use low, which allows a density of 25 dwelling units per acre, maximum height of 55 feet. So with the 23 acre size, that would allow for 575 units. However, the property was approved for a conditional use permit back in 1973 with a density of 36.6 dwelling units per acre, maximum height allowed for 100 feet, which actually allows the site 842 units in total. So the request before you seeks to amend the map to allow the designation to be revised from mixed-use low, the current designation, to mixed-use high to allow the property to come into conformance. Today, based on the low-density designation, is considered non-conforming. Because this is a large-scale amendment to the city's future land use map, the request has to be submitted to the State Department of Economic Opportunity. That will be transmitted to the state. We have about a 6-month process between the state's review and final approval. Then it will come back to the city for second reading and final adoption for that amendment to be made. Based on staff's review, staff believes it's consistent with section 3-1105 of the city's LDR, and staff is recommending approval of the ordinance amendment at this time. If the council has any questions, staff is available to answer at this time.